Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Revenue, and you're watching the Anonymous Liberty Media. Holy crap. It seems that nobody doesn't like the outcome. Well, well, right after the Mueller investigation ended, and AG Barr announced that there was no collusion, no coordinating with anybody in in the government of Russia or Putin, by the way. They waited and they waited 22 months, 2.5 years. They wasted millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, and um, they waited and they hoped and waited and prayed that there would be something, that there'll be something, but you know, Chairman Nadler and you got M shit and people on the left and the media like BuzzFeed, NBC, and CNN are just like not liking it very much. But you could tell on their face that they were not happy about it. They were not happy at all. They were like just. I mean, you gotta understand. I mean, you gotta wonder what would it take for them to like realize they waited 2.5 years, 22 months, okay, and I don't know where it ended. Robert Miller turned in his report to the AG Barr, the Attorney General Barr, uh, um, announced that there was no collusion at all, which we all knew from the beginning. It's been debunked for the last 22 months. But even before the president ran and won the election, it's just that they want to keep. They think, well, there's more. We need to do more investigation. Um, was there investigation of Brett Kavanaugh? There was a hearing for him to be the next Supreme Court justice, and they tried everything in their power to keep him from being uh, approved, and they tried bringing in somebody that knew him, kind of blew up in their face one time. Then you have Joyce Swetnick, who was also knew him, but these witnesses weren't credible at all. Yeah. So you kind of wonder, after all this blew up their face, and now they're hoping on this report, investigation. Okay, Paul Manafort is going to prison, so is Michael Cohen. But nobody was involved with Russia at all. No, and and now the Democrats are talking about wanting to abolish and repeal the electoral college, which won't happen. Won't happen. So my question is this: if there was no evidence at all, okay, the president's cleared, he's vindicated, exonerated, that's it, good. But the media, nah, there's more to be investigated. There's more of this that has to be done. Adam Shit wanted more shit done. This motherfucker, Adam Schiff, okay, he believes that there was collusion. They're not gonna buy the findings. They want Robert Mueller and A.G. Barr, the Attorney General Barr, to go into Congress and testify and all this other shit. And again, they're going to be just outright just automatically have it all blew up in their face for no damn reason. So the Democrats are not buying it. We know there's collusion. There was collusion. We know there was. If the special prosecutor investigated multiple witnesses, tens of $millions wasted, multiple subpoenas done, everything right down to the end where the president and his campaign did absolutely nothing wrong. Period. But you have the media not buying it. Well, we know there's collusion. Fuck you. There was no collusion. And come on. You want to say there's collusion? Prove it. Okay, prove it, okay? Or now there's no proof and there's egg on your fucking face. I mean, if you think there's a collusion and there's no proof of it, you're basically going to realize you have to apologize for putting not just the president and his staff and his family, but you're going to have to apologize to the whole fucking country that you harassed, you dragged all this in for 2.5 years. CNN has really been the forefront of dragging this into the fucking mud. I mean, you're not going to get very much far or done, because now you have Speaker Pelosi. First she says the impeachment is off the table. Now she's thinking about putting it back on the table. Okay, there's no proof of any type of collusion at all, which has been debunked for months and months and months and even a couple of years. And now she's talking about wanting to put the impeachment plans back on the table. Why? Why? Because you want to be president yourself, which you ain't got a chance. You ain't got a chance to, you know, because they are hoping. They are really hoping that this report would find something, because Democrats want to put Pelosi as president and have Hillary as vice president. So once Pelosi resigns and steps down, that means Hillary become from VP to president. Well, I'm sorry, you can't erase the results. Can't. I mean, Maxine Waters, she went fucking nuts. Her brain went, and just absolutely did not get prepared. I mean, was not prepared for this, for the results here. They're all praying, they're all hoping, please God, please there be something. Guess what, kids? Nothing there. No collusion, nothing at all whatsoever, fucking ever. Period. Okay. Now, if you were thinking, okay, I really hope that there's something there, you know, I hope I do. Well, you're gonna have to pray a lot harder than that. I tell you what, there's gonna be no anything, no anything. And I mean, you have to understand. You have to really understand that you are going to have a hard time, a very hard time, proving that there was collusion. Okay, a hard time to even prove anything of that matter. because if there's no collusion, there's no collusion. Okay, it's been debunked for months. Okay, for 2.5 years, it's been debunked. But no, the Democrats want to push it further where the president has to go put in Pelosi. Let's all put in Pelosi, and then we'll put Hillary as VP. I don't fucking think so. I don't fucking think so. Pelosi has no credibility enough to be president at all. No credibility. Her credibility has been shot for 40 years. Okay? Been shot. She had her shot. She blew it. She fucked up. She's a cunt. Okay. Now here you got Hollywood News. I want to play a video here about Hollywood News.
Fake news. Trump supporters take aim at liberal media following 22 months of collusion claims and unfounded indictments after Mueller report clears the president of Russian collusion. In the wake of the Mueller report's finding that President Trump did not collude with Russia ahead of the 2016 presidential election, many are now taking aim at the outlets that suggested the commander-in-chief may have committed treasonous offenses. Sean Hannity was one of the first to lash out, tweeting, MSNBC conspiracy network liars, fake news, CNN liars, New York Times, WAPO liars. The fired-up Fox News host that added, starting Monday we will hold every deep state official who abused power accountable. We will hold every fake news media liar member accountable. We will hold every liar in Congress accountable. Kellyanne Conway commented by responding to a Charlie Kirk tweet claiming that 13 stories a day were being written about the investigation, stating, wasted ink. Imagine if a fraction of these stories were committed to providing Americans with news they can use. She went on to state, POTUS has helped veterans, military, taxpayers, job seekers, job creators, the unemployed, the uninsured, those languishing in prison, those ravaged by addiction. And first son Donald Trump Jr. called out CNN, MSNBC, and BuzzFeed before saying, sadly, instead of apologizing for needlessly destabilizing the country in a transparent attempt to delegitimize the 2016 election, it's clear that the collusion truthers in the media and the Democrat Party are only going to double down on their sick and twisted conspiracy theories moving forward. The Mueller investigation lasted for 22 months, which is brief in comparison to the 4-year investigation into then-President Bill Clinton by Kenneth Starr. It dominated the news cycle, however, in a way that was very much unlike Starr's investigation, which resulted in articles of impeachment being brought against Clinton. There were certainly a number of media stories that led the American public to believe this were just as catastrophic for Trump, but in the end his repeated statements that there was not Russian collusion appear to check out. These are a few of the stories, however, that supporters of President Trump are singling out as the most egregious. BuzzFeed. 2 of the most commonly cited stories that have been under attack were both published by BuzzFeed. The first was the Steele dossier, which went online in full back in January 2017, just days before President Trump's inauguration. It was the work of former British spy Christopher Steele, who complied claims suggesting that President Trump had formed close ties with the Russian government over the years. It was also that dossier from which the infamous golden shower tape.
The Democratic Party paid this guy to come up with the dossier. And also Hillary paid for that dossier herself too. So basically, you know, they've dragged this into the mud. They kept bashing the guy, and like the guy didn't do anything wrong. The guy ain't stupid. See, when nothing goes their way, and somebody is in their way to say, for example, try to fix things instead of, in their minds, leave things alone. Fuck you, Democrats. I'm sorry. No, seriously. But the thing is, when you look at the media now, from 1991 onto now. That's nearly 20 years. Nearly 20 years. No, 30 years. Um, they've been fake news for a long, long, long fucking time. Okay, no bullshit. So it is insane that when you get media collaborating with Democrats, most of the media is far left, and they love to kiss the ass and colluding and coordinating with the Democrats. Now, a lot of people ain't happy. I really don't give a shit. Okay. Now, it is like sitting here in this break. In testimony, James Comey will dispute Trump's blanket claim that he was under investigation. Bullshit. Comey knew. Comey knew, and he was part of the idea that Trump being under investigation. But the thing is, he didn't tell them. He kept it to himself. Well, if we kept President under investigation, we'll be fine. Anything we find, we could just use it as evidence to impeach him. Sorry, that ain't gonna happen.
Allegation emerged, which was never once verified by any news outlet. The dossier, which is a collection of memos written over a period of months, includes specific, unverified, and potentially unverifiable allegations of contact between Trump aides and Russian operatives, and graphic claims of sexual acts documented by the Russians, wrote BuzzFeed. The second piece cited by Trump supporters was published far more recently, and was the long piece over the course of the past 22 months to prompt a direct response from Mueller's office. BuzzFeed, citing anonymous sources, stated that Mueller had evidence that President Trump told Michael Cohen to lie while being questioned by Congress. The lie was tied to a potential business deal with Moscow in 2016, but once the story ran, Mueller's office released an immediate response. BuzzFeed's description of specific statements to the special counsel's office, and characterization of documents and testimony obtained by this office, regarding Michael Cohen's congressional testimony are not accurate, said spokesman Peter Carr. Despite that statement, BuzzFeed stood by its reporting and the anonymous sources who gave them the story. That claim could of course still be true, though it seems far less likely given the memo released on Sunday by Attorney General William Barr.
If you are a media outlet, don't matter if you're the New York Times, Washington Post, BuzzFeed, NBC, CNN, whatever, and you run with the story, and that story may not be fact checked, corroborated, or any Bible proof, and you run with the story, and you run with it, and you run with it, and you run with it. You're not. And then later on, it's been debunked. It's been called out as being false information, misinformation, and disinformation. When now you realize, wow, I have fucked up. What am I going to do now? What are you going to do about that? I don't know. But when you think when you have just the best story that run with, before you do that, okay, make sure the person who you got the information from didn't get it from a third party by just by, okay, or you have to make sure you, from top to bottom, each page, or how many pages the story is, make sure you have everything is accurate. Because if you're on a story that's not accurate and very inaccurate, you are going to be the butt of every fucking joke for the next couple of years. and you might want to think of finding a better job. And I I'm laughing because they pray and they hope to find at least something that's in their minds credible enough to impeach the president. Well, I'm sorry, there's no collusion, nothing else at all. No collusion, no coordinating, no whatnot. And all of a sudden, guess what? No collusion, no coordination, no absolutely anything with Russia. Now, now, if there was a business deal to have a building named after Trump, that didn't go well. But it's only a business deal. That's it. if it's a legit business deal, I mean, or there could be a little money made. It's fine, but nothing else. But business deal isn't political, just your business. Help negotiate of restoring a building, you know, or a bridge, whatever. But it doesn't go. It wouldn't be a problem politically because Donald Trump is a real estate mogul. The guy does business in real estate. He helped refurbish the old DC post office. Okay, great time. Not a lot of money spent or wasted, but it was done. It was done. So when you look at it like this, if there was a business deal about renovating a building and kind of making it decent for tourists and foreign dignitaries and whatnot, that's fair enough. Or if you want to renovate an old bridge that hasn't been used in years, but a city in Russia wants to renovate it where people can use it, and that's not a bad thing. Fix a road because here in California, I tell you what, here in California, um, our roads are shitty. Our roads are shitty. Um, Governor Numbnuts Brown agreed to this speed rail, this bullet train rail thing deal back in 08. I'm sitting here, I'm seeing my hometown getting tore apart like other cities that are being torn apart. So the new governor pulls the plug on it, but yet towns in California are all still fucked up, And California got a $3.4 billion deal of funding, and since the project isn't finished, okay, since the speed rail train was not finished, California now has to pay back that 3.4 or 6 was it 3.4 or a 3.6 billion back. Governor Newsom says we ain't paying it back. No way. Governor fucking Newsom, you owe $3.4 billion to federal government, motherfucker. Since the project wasn't finished, you owe $3.4 billion, you cocksucker. Straight up. You owe that money. If it wasn't finished, you owe that money back. It's like if somebody funds a project funds it. No problem at all. And it ain't done in a certain amount of time. And it's taken an awful long time. The person who funded it will want their money back. Because if you really think about it, it's California owes its money back. $3.4 billion. $3.4 billion. You gotta love it. You gotta love Dr. Evil. Fucking bald bastards. Badass and shit. I should call him Mini Me. Funniest part ever. But he got a messy actor. He died. The guy was pretty cool. But yeah, $3.4 billion, man. That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking money. And the cost went up to $33 billion. $33 billion. I mean, up to around nearly $100 billion. Wasted cost. And taxpayers don't want to foot the bill. No. Don't want to foot the bill. You know, so I got to tell you guys, I mean, it's just that, you know, California should become red, not blue, still. And in about 3 years, you know, when the government race comes up, we need somebody who has the balls of Donald Trump to dethrone this cocksucker and Gavin Newsom, whose aunt is also like fucking cunt, by the way. California needs to be red, man. California needs to be red, not blue. No, I mean, it just that, and you have people on the left saying, well, we know there's collusion. We know this. We now no longer take the Mueller findings credible. He's part of the cover up. Oh, really? You had this guy investigate the president for 2.5 fucking years, and you guys prayed and hoped and that. I mean, you guys prayed and hoped like, please let it be done. You're on your hands and knees praying to the Almighty ground your fucking name on, hoping that there's something in the report. But when you finally got the report findings, which is absolutely zero, you guys are fucking pissed. Oh my God, fucking Miller's now a part of the cover up. Oh my God, there is collusion. Holy shit. We need to send subpoena to the Mueller and Attorney General Barr. They have to answer questions. Holy shit, really? Because you're not accepting the findings, which you asked for. You got what you wanted. Now you don't like them. Can't stand it. My God, there has to be collusion. We know there is. I'm wearing glasses, and I can see through, and I can see the crap you're flinging. Oh, there's collusion. I mean, we know there's collusion. Really, you stupid bastards. There is no collusion, so shut the fuck up and accept the findings.
CNN. The cable news.
I mean, you have to understand that you wasted 2.5 years. You wasted tens of millions of dollars. There were, well, subpoenas thrown out. Witnesses testified. Yada yada yada. Bada boom, bada bing. No bullshit. No more. No less. But yet you're willing to say there is collusion. We know there is. Miller is now part of the cover-up. Wow. Really? Really? You think that? I mean, you guys think that shit too? I mean, what the fuck? You know, like, what the hell? You think you have the complete facts? Nope. It boggles the mind that Democratic cocksuckers on the left, in Congress and in the House, and the media, are also cocksuckers. Well, we know there's collusion, but we gotta do more investigation. We know. Well, it seems today that the victory goes to Donald Trump. You know, of course, we wasted our time praying and hoping for 2.5 years, and tens of millions of dollars were wasted. Witnesses testified, lots of subpoenas were handed out, yada yada, boom boom. And now we now know that we are complete assholes and we dragged this thing for 2.5 years. Come on. Really? You're gonna go that far in saying Adam shit? Well, we know there's collusion, and we're gonna find a way to find out how to remove the president because he's ruining our pay-to-play bullshit, and he's trying to say that we're not going to be living in a socialist utopia. And I thought where it would help Miss AOC and Bernie Sanders and to begin the socialist thing. Nope, ain't going to happen. Go fuck yourself. Well, the thing is, I got to be honest here. The media wasn't doing a very good job. Okay. For example, number one, CNN, the cunt news network. For 22 months, 2.5 years, they keep bashing the president. 90% of the time, every fucking day, every fucking night, week after week after week after week, month after month, for 2.5 years. Now, have this.
News network is frequently the target of President Trump's attacks, and some of that outrage seems as though it may have been warranted in the wake of Mueller's findings. CNN had already been forced to edit a story published in December 2017 that claimed Donald Trump Jr. had been informed of a WikiLeaks dump of damning emails 10 days before they appeared online. That was completely false, and the email that CNN pointed to as proof of the cover-up actually showed the exact opposite. Don Jr. had learned about the emails the day after they went online, forcing CNN to edit its copy while still going with the headline, "Email pointed Trump campaign to WikiLeaks documents." Just 6 months prior, 3 staff members handed in their resignation over another story that made bombshell allegations about a member of Trump's cabinet. That piece cited an anonymous source who claimed that Anthony Scaramucci had met with the head of a Russian investment firm with over $10 billion in assets. Scaramucci threatened a lawsuit, and shortly after the story was retracted for not meeting the network's standards. That news prompted a subtly affable Scaramucci to tweet, "CNN did the right thing. Classy move. Apology accepted. Everyone makes mistakes. Moving on." That same month, CNN reported that James Comey would be contradicting a claim that was being made by President Trump at the time. The president had repeatedly stated that Comey told him he was not under investigation when the two men met shortly after the inauguration. CNN, citing an anonymous source, reported that Comey would testify to Congress that he did inform President Trump that he was under investigation. Trump has made a blanket claim that Comey told him multiple times that he was not under investigation, declared CNN in a story that was reported on by 4 staffers. But one source said Comey is expected to explain to senators that those were much more nuanced conversations, from which Trump concluded that he was not under investigation. One day later, Comey's prepared testimony was released ahead of his appearance. Prior to the January 6th meeting, I discussed with the FBI's leadership team whether I should be prepared to assure President-elect Trump that we were not investigating him personally. That was true. We did not have an open counterintelligence case on him, wrote Comey. We agreed I should do so if circumstances warranted.
The FBI had shit on Trump for years. They investigated him. And, I mean, the FBI has investigated athletes, comedians like George Carlin and, what was the name? Lenny Bruce. Actors, singers like Jimi Hendrix, Morrison, Joplin, Rolling Stones, Beatles and shit. Bob Marley, John Lennon. And they investigated also fellow politicians, foreign dignitaries and shit that came in the United States too for a meeting. And they investigated Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, and who was killed outside his home by the Klan. And I mean, this was time that, you know, the FBI investigated everybody. If you're in the movie and television business, if you're in music, if you're a politician, if you're a somebody, if you're a influential minister at church, or like Dr. King, and they would investigate you big time, because if you're too influential, the FBI would kind of find it very insulting to their character and their reputation. So here you got FBI colluding with the Clinton campaign, Clinton with DOJ, all those shit, try to somehow keep Trump from getting elected. Well, the CIA has also investigated people like the FBI, and one of their targets was people that knew too much, that were too influential. You know, like Bob Marley. You know, he was highly influential in the shit. John Lennon. You know, he was a lot of rock stars back in the day and shit. And Marilyn Monroe. A guy on his deathbed admitted he killed Marilyn Monroe. And so, I mean, you could be a rapper that was influential and highly influential. Eazy-E was very influential. You know, NWA, you know, Public Enemy, were all these hip hop guys were highly influential and shit. And there was a lot attack on rock stars like Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, who all died at 27. Just knew that there was something bad going on, very, very bad going on. It was insane that, you know, you have these celebrities, politicians, and people that are in the science industry, into science, the medical industry, and astrology. Because if you look at the astrologers and holistic doctors that have died mysteriously, and they have all died mysteriously, like the victims of the witnesses that were at 9/11 witnesses, the JFK witnesses and shit, the JFK assassination witnesses and shit. They all died mysteriously because they knew too much. And if you knew too much or didn't know anything, you're mysteriously dead. And there's absolute very insane, because when you realize all that crap, they had dossiers on even athletes like Roberto Clemente, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, by the way, Sultan of SWAT. Me, I'm the Sultan of twat. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. But in seriousness, you could be a highly influential person in politics too, like Kennedy, Donald Trump, by the way. You end up getting attacked, but you had Kennedy, you have McKinley, you have Garfield and Lincoln killed. Harding, Warren Harding, you know, he died. His wife killed him. His wife killed him and shit because he had a child out of wedlock, the woman out of wedlock, and she had papers that what she knew. She had all the papers, burned them, and stick it to her grave. Took it to her grave. And now the media complained, well, I know Russ interfered in our election. Well, Democrats, neocons, do you know how many elections we interfered over the last over a century and shit? How many elections we fucked up? We fucked up a lot of elections shit over the years, you dumb bastards. Let's see. For example, we overthrew governments. We put in puppets. We overthrew governments that were democratically elected by the people and not the hoity ass clowns. We did that shit. Grenada, Iran, Vietnam, Venezuela, Panama, Honduras. But we tried to do that in Cuba for a long fucking time. It's the only time in our country's history that we tried to overthrow Cuba, but we failed each time. We even tried to do it in a fucking video game, and yet we still fucking failed. Even in the video game, we overthrew Noriega. Not just in real life, but also in a video game. Black Ops 2. Yeah, we tried to do that, didn't we, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, before Castro died, he said, they tried to overthrow me for 50 fucking years, and they still failed in a fucking video game. And he laughed at us for that. The man is still laughing in his grave. They tried to kill me since 59. Each time those motherfuckers failed. It's true. It's true. I mean, we tried to kill Castro. He laughed at us. He laughed while smoking that Cuban cigar and giving us the middle finger for nearly 60 years before he died. And he's still, even in death, he's still laughing give us the finger while smoking that Cuban cigar. He's the only guy we never overthrow. But we overthrew other countries. How many? We basically overthrew most of South America. We overthrew some in, see, Vietnam's one, Iran in 53, Grenada. We failed in Somalia. We failed in Somalia. That's two fails we did. We failed in Somalia. How many governments have we failed to overthrow? A couple. Few. But we managed to overthrow a lot. Why? Because it seems that the people in our government feels like, well, we need to overthrow. Well, let's see, we overthrew Libya, we overthrew Iraq. Let's see, you add Panama, which, well, yeah, pretty much everyone. But assholes in DC politics are saying, well, Russia interfered in our election, yada yada yada. But how many did we interfere? How many regimes that we fucked up over the years? A lot more than Russia did to us, or even tried to do to us. It seems the powers that be want control of the world's oil. That's the biggest commodity that they're after. More control of the oil, the bigger bucks we get. But when is enough is enough? We overthrew countries, we overthrew democratically elected governments, we had puppets. And why? Why do it? We've killed scientists, politicians, activists, journalists, rock stars, actors and shit. Come on. Somebody who questions the status quo. If you question the status quo, think about it. You get knocked off or neutralized. Get killed. Yeah, you get killed. Yeah, you get killed. Or, in the terms of the CIA, you get neutralized. Not assassinated, neutralized. Taken care of. Disappeared. Not to be seen again. Yeah. Pretty much that. I mean, what happened to Amy Whitehouse? Very strange. CIA killed Dorothy Kilgallen because she was knowing too much. She was getting into she was putting pieces together, and a guy who was a CIA agent met up with her, claiming to be the some whatever, and she fell in love with the guy. Then after a while, all of a sudden, she's found dead with her glasses on and her book upside down. All her notes were gone. Her ex-husband or someone she was with ended up getting killed himself. And she had a friend that hid notes that she had. Somehow those end up missing. And somehow nobody wants to know what happened. Nobody wants anybody to know about the Kennedy assassination. And why? What are you afraid of? What are you motherfuckers afraid of? What are you elite cocksuckers afraid of? It's been 50 years, okay? 50 years. Okay? People involved are probably or gone. They're dead, gone, or some are alive, but they're in frail health. Except for James Files. See, the reason why he's in prison now. See, anybody like him, if he got out, he would be taken out, assassinated, because he knows what he did. He knows what he was there. Like the Morn Shield, he was bumped off. No suicide. He was actually bumped off. Anybody that's connected to the assassination of JFK, after a while they're gone, bumped off. But James Files, still in prison, no shit. And he knows if he's released, he could be bumped off like that. And the deep state don't want that to be known. That's why he's in prison. Because where he's safe in there. He's safe there. And pretty much is reality of it. Pretty much. But in this case, they're all butthurt and shit like that. They're all butthurt and about the findings, and they're all, damn, we thought we were going to get something juicy and good. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You did not get anything juicy and good. You got something very sour, and it's bitter in your taste in your mouth. Sorry. You wanted an investigation. You got the investigation for 2.5 years. Tens of millions of dollars fucking wasted. And the outcome is no collusion. No collusion, my friend. No collusion. No collusion. It's all clear. The president the president is exonerated. He's vindicated, and he's good. Yeah, he's good. So the matter is, you gotta realize, it's something you asked for. In the end, nothing good. But you Democrats wanted the investigation. A lot of your immediate clowns wanted the investigation. You got it. 2.5 years, 22 months, tens of millions of dollars wasted. Nothing. No collusion. No evidence of it. Obstruction? No. No evidence of that either. Sorry. But, as a matter of fact, you guys wasted your time wasting your time. And you guys should apologize. Apologize to the president, his family, his cabinet, and the American people, because you wasted our fucking time. That's right. You wasted our fucking time of every day, for 24 hours a day, week after week, month after month, for 22 months, 2.5 years, and $10 million wasted later. We told you so. And you refuse to fucking apologize. So here's my gift to you. Fuck you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. Please share it. And if you're new to this and if you got the transmission, you are the resistance. And I am Grandmaster Revan, founder of the Anonymous Liberty Media here on YouTube. You can check out the podcast on Apple Podcast, and you can check it out on Spotify and we call it Castbox, the Breaker, and Google Podcast, and Overcast, Radio Republic, and Pocket Cast, the Stitcher, and the Bullhorn, by the way. And also, you can check out on Harness, Mealy, Minds, Parler, Tumblr, YouTube, Twitter, Holiness, and you can also check it out on, well, told you. So, again, I am Grandmaster Revan. Knowledge is free. If you don't like it, they got 3 words for you. Go fuck yourself. I am Revan. Peace out. I'm Revan. You're not.